Well, such a beautiful day. I was out fishing all day today, but didn't do very well today. There's nothing happening, but I thought I'd show you around my fishing ski. I've had this since February 2019. I'm now up to 240 hours or so. So this is a FX HO to 2019 Yamaha Waverunner. It's fitted with shoreline tubbies, which is the pods on the left and right sides, and they give me a lot of storage area. They give me stability when I'm out offshore, and they also have rescue bottle and a live bait tank on the back of them. Lots of rod holders, as you can see. I always carry about 3 rods, plus I have you probably see me in other videos, I have a sabiki rod that I stow internally in the tubbies and pull it out when I need it. The other notable things about the ski would be Garmin Echo Map sounder. It's not bad. I'd probably, like to get something a little bit better at some stage. I have a marine VHF radio. It's a GME. I think we call it a black box radio, where all the controls are in the handpiece, and the actual smarts of it is tucked in under there, and it's a waterproof unit. So I actually have it a little mount inside my glove box. I do actually have USB and a 12 volt in there as well, so it gives me a bit of ability to charge things like phones and batteries if I need to. So just walking around, you can see on the tubbies here they have a little work area with some glove box type things where you can stow tackle boxes in there if you want. I normally just put things like line, what else? I don't know, my gloves sit in there on the way out. And you can see I've been out, so I've got jigs and all sorts of stuff that are just sitting there, and they travel quite well. Obviously the rod holders, they're rail blazer. I really only use the rail blazers for carrying my rods. Don't troll much with them, they're not very strong. So what I actually did is I had a couple of rod holders installed. This is from GC Fishing from New Zealand. It makes some excellent little easy to fit rod holders, beautifully crafted for these machines. Got it on the back as well, as you can see here. It's got 2 trolling positions and a vertical one. I don't normally troll from behind, but what I do is if I am drifter fishing, I might have a rod up the front holders and a rod at the back, so I can always have 2 running at any time. So you can see, just looking at the tubbies from the rear here, the amount of space. I still have my whole deck available. I have my swim up platform if I need to swim in and out. There's no need to take the tubbies off. It handles beautifully. You can still get access to your rear boarding step, of course. You can see from here too, the live bait tank takes the telltale cable out, well, the pipe out, and we connect into that telltale scoop where it scoops the water from the jet, comes up into the tank, and there I can actually keep my live bait healthy all day. Inside the tubbies there's a lot of room, as you can see. I normally keep on this side, I keep a fish bag where it's about a 1.5 meter fish bag. I stick frozen bottles or ice in there depending on the day, and in this fiberglass enclosure of the tubby, in that bag, ice lasts just about all day. And this has actually been out of the fish bag. You can see it's still a solid chunk of ice, it hasn't melted yet. I took that out of the freezer about 3:30 this morning. It's now about 10 hours later. Alright, so the other thing of note is, you'll notice that on my right hand side I have a flush mount rod holder, and on the left hand side I've actually got one that's exterior, and the reason for that is that underneath here, on top of the standard fuel tank, is a auxiliary fuel tank. The auxiliary fuel tank actually feeds into the main tank, and it gives me an extra 27 litres. The filling cap, you have your external filling cap there, but the internal for the other tank has been nicely mounted in here. Obviously the front storage hatch is huge on these machines. About the only thing I keep in here is either a anchor drag chute and my lunch and my little esky. So the other thing that I really like about the tubbies is it has another rod holder here, which is vertical mount one, which means that you can put your rod in when you're rigging. So it's a beautiful position just to put your rod up. There's one on either side, so it's right in front of your eyes as well, so it makes it very easy. The electronic side of it, switches for the GPS and radio. I have the auxiliary, which is the 12 volt I mentioned, and the nav lights. I actually have nav lights on front of on here, and I use a rail blazer for the rear, a rail blazer on a pole, which is just a white light. I keep it stored internally. I keep it stored in the tubby at all times, and I know it's always there if I need it. And it's sort of out of the way. Then it has to be a meter above these front lights legally, so having it up there is in the way when I'm fishing, so I can just take the rail blazer out, turn the battery off and put it in the tubby, and away we go. My last jet ski was a VX Limited, and it came with pull-up cleats. When I put in the tubbies, the rear cleats have to come out. I kept them, and I had it put in the FX HO because the FX HO doesn't come standard with pull-up cleats. So it's really great, and that's what I actually hang my drogue chute off when I'm drift fishing and I need to slow the drift down. Of course, my Jet Fisher reel covers, they do the job beautifully. Very wet on the way back here today. You can see they flick the water off. It's just about dry already. Your reels still get a lot of salt water on them when you're using them. You know, it's splashing and everything, but this protects the sand, like the force of the water that's going in when you're traveling fast. This, by the way, this is for an anchor. The idea is that you can, have an anchor, drop it down the side here, clip it on the end, and then it'll tow you from the front. You keep a trailing bit of anchor rope so that you can pull it back in here, but that actually bungee cord goes out the front to maybe a loop on your anchor rope. So there she is. It's an FX HO, beautiful fishing machine. Does the job, awesome. As I said, I'm up to about 240 hours on it. Hasn't missed a treat, and yeah, loving it. Okay, I think that's about it. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate. Put it in the comments, and if you like what you see, please like and subscribe to my channel.